Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day. So I thought it was about time to make a video like this because there just seems to be I don't know if it's just people who are throwing out the wrong information for the sake of throwing it out there, or if it's just people who simply don't like the project. I know there are a lot of people who hate Ripple and they want everybody to think that it's worthless. I'm sure you've seen the comments, I'm sure you've seen the blog posts, I'm sure you've seen a lot of things, people saying that XRP has no point in the entire Ripple project. So you guys know I speak a lot about Ripple, the project, what they do, how many banks they have on board, but there are a lot of people who think that XRP has nothing to do with Ripple at all. They think it just kind of idly sits by as Ripple does all the work. So for those who are unaware or who are new to Ripple and XRP, XRP is pretty much Ripple's native currency. It's the currency that gets passed back and forth when people are doing transactions with Ripple or XRP. Yeah, so while Bitcoin this is the entire point of why a lot of people like the Ripple project and what they do and believe that this kind of has value in the future. So Bitcoin at the moment is capable of around 3 to 6 transactions per second. When Bitcoin first came out, a lot of people thought that it would be the new Visa or MasterCard because it was heralded as this amazing thing. So Bitcoin can do 3 to 6 transactions per second. Ethereum is capable of around 15, give or take. XRP is capable of 1,500 transactions per second, which then equals around 90,000 per minute. At the moment, Visa is capable of around 1,700 to 2,000 per second, which means that XRP, this thing that was just created a couple years ago, is almost on par with the largest money transfer company on the entire planet, with Ripple transactions usually confirming in around 4 seconds. So when banks begin to use XRP, or the entire point of using XRP, they're actually incentivized to use XRP as their main method of payment, because this will actually help them reduce their costs, especially reduce their costs in comparison to them using Swift, which is one of the main things that is used right now to send cross-border payments. It's pretty much for this reason that the Ripple team created something called the xRapid tool. The entire point of this, it aims to lower costs when sending money or payments to emerging markets. If you've ever sent money with Western Union or MoneyGram, you know that the fees can be exceptionally high. I think one of them is like 16% or something like that. I don't know exactly how they come to that number. But the point of this is that sending money to these different countries or emerging markets can usually incur a lot of very high fees because these currencies have to be traded against one another multiple times. And you also actually have to have a pre-funded account for that destination that you are sending money to, literally money that is sitting inside of an account waiting for the transfer to happen. Thus, the entire goal of xRapid is to pretty much bypass these unnecessary transfers and costs that these countries and companies incur when the money is being sent, to be able to speed up the entire process. So the head of Ripple has actually said that obviously not every bank in the entire world will want to jump on this immediately. This is all completely new tech, and obviously a large number of banks also want to keep their old systems. This is just how things are. A lot of banks see this. Even though Ripple may be made for banks, they still see some of what is being made as a threat because their old systems are kind of being taken over. But the Ripple team pretty much says that they've created it, it's there for use, and adoption will eventually pick up, especially since they've gained a lot of interest over the last couple months or so. And obviously the end goal of a bank is always to profit. And when they tell them that they're going to be able to have lower costs to send money around the world, they're obviously going to jump onto it. It's like even a couple of days, I think it was about a week or so ago, we spoke about the bank called Qualix, Cuallix. They are the first people to actually use the xRapid and XRP as a payment method between the US and Mexico. So there's obviously a lot of interest for the technology. I just think a huge amount of people out there there are a lot of people who keep expecting the price to do these crazy jumps. Like the other coins, I think they're expecting like 17, 40%. The entire point of Ripple isn't to is not to have these dramatic price increases, because nobody will want to use it. Then it's great to see that Bitcoin can do it or that Ethereum can do it, but when you have created something that is for banks, you can't have these price increases, because when the price goes up, it also is also going to come back down. If somebody sends $1 billion in XRP and then the price drops by 17% by the time it gets there, they're going to be like, okay, that was the first time and the last time that we are going to use it. Like, guys, I see all your comments on the channel. I've seen the people talking about it on the internet. The price of Ripple was less than 1 cent in January. It was 0.007. I remember seeing it. This is when I started telling people to buy into it. It rose up to 40 cents, and then people started throwing a fit because Ripple's price didn't reach $5 3 weeks later. You guys got to understand and make sure everybody else knows, people who are trying to get into XRP, people who are trying to get into Ripple, banks themselves are already stuck in their ways, and even more so, humans don't like rapid change. So the price that we've seen these massive price growths already, and the fact that 100 banks are now using Ripple around the world is absolutely incredible. But for some people, that's still not enough. A year hasn't even gone by yet. There are so many people, I've seen people talking about that the price of Ripple should be $45 within the next 6 years. And I'm like, where are you guys getting these numbers from? You have to understand that this is 4 banks. The price will increase, but it's not going to be this exponential growth over the course of a day so that you can line your pockets. This is going to be something, this is a very long-term hold for people who are trying to make money over the next couple of years. But yeah, continuing on, Ripple has also launched something a couple weeks ago called the RippleNet Accelerator program, which is essentially a reward system that pretty much rewards companies and institutions that choose to send payments through the RippleNet. So this entire project is being funded by $300 million worth of XRP that's being held by Ripple Labs. I'm not going to go too much into the escrow thing, but there's an escrow that's going to happen where they actually lock up a large portion of their money. And this is what they use XRP for. They use it to fund other projects that they are going forward with. So pretty much the accelerator program will actually give rebates and fee reductions for people and companies who are actually using the RippleNet system, as well as rebates when you've reached integration or volume milestones within the network. These rebates can actually come up to around 50 to 300% of the integration fees that you actually pay when you start using their network. They also have adoption marketing incentives for people who actually promote Ripple products, which will include marketing content, messaging framework, other tools, and also further cost reductions, with all incentives actually being offered in US dollars or XRP. So on Ripple's website, the VP of marketing noted that this was created simply because they want to obviously increase the adoption of it. But like PayPal and so many other things that we use on a daily basis, they've all offered incentive programs when they first started, because people need to you need to know about them before you start using them. And this is one of the easiest ways to get it done, is when you offer incentives to people. This is when they start jumping on board, and this is when they start using it. It's also great that the incentives that they offer are also in XRP, which gives people an easy way to start learning about it and to start using it automatically. A large part of the difficulty for companies comes when they need to start using something new, especially when they don't really know about it. So this will actually help push them along and understand what XRP is, and even help them understand what cryptocurrencies are in general. So this might sound a little dumb, but at the end of it all, the team behind Ripple can literally only do so much. I told you, they're always at some sort of convention, they're always doing something, but it's completely pointless to be upset about the price of Ripple or that it doesn't rise when everybody wants it to. Because realistically, we also have a part in this adoption. We know what it can do, we know its benefits, but it's also worth it to let other people know what it can do as well. Like I said, this may sound kind of stupid, but this is actually what I do. When I'm out at a restaurant or with friends or anything like that, and it's time to pay and the bill comes, one of the first things that I do before taking out my wallet is actually take out my phone. And I'll always ask if I can pay in Ripple. I'm not joking. The people always obviously look confused, but then eventually I end up asking if they also take Bitcoin. The usual answer that I get is no, even though we have a lot of places in the city now that do accept Bitcoin, which is fantastic. It shows that a lot of people are kind of willing. I've been to a lot of places, especially a lot of cafes, where people will ask me, they have no idea what Ripple is. They think I'm talking about water or something like that. And I open my wallet on my phone, the Toast app, and I show them what it is, and I show them, what it can do, et cetera, et cetera. And I explain to them how it can lower their costs when they're doing payments and save them money. And they end up getting really interested. And I've given out cards and have written down ripple.com on pieces of paper to let people go to the website themselves so they can see exactly what it is. I actually even have a friend, I told her a couple days ago to get her boyfriend to start accepting Ripple and Bitcoin at his cafe, and I'm actually going to have a chat with him in a couple days so that he can actually get it done and start using these things in his cafe as well. Guys, Rome was not built in a day. Now there was Apple, Amazon, or PayPal. We all have a part in this. You have to understand that these are just companies. They're trying to do what they can to get the word out there, but we also have a huge part. So let people know, let your family know, let your friends know. If they have a cafe, if they have a shop, if they have a bar, if they have anything, you have to get the word out there that these things are available, that they can save money so that we can all benefit in the end, because, yeah. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this video. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys got something from it. I hope you guys spread the word so that other people know. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you all soon. See you.